Alright guys, so we made a run to Harbor Freight and Home Depot too. Got a big air compressor. We got our engine stand, which this is not as heavy duty as the one that I wanted to buy. Go figure, Harbor Freight's out of everything. So this one we had to get from Tractor Supply. It's only 1,250 pound capacity, so we're gonna be pushing the limit of it. The one I wanted was 2,000. And a bunch, we got our hose reel. Harbor Freight special, I tell you. Paint job on a budget right here. Ended up buying my Milwaukee battery that I needed for my 3/8 ratchet. And some hammer and dolly stuff for body work. But today should be the day. We're gonna get our new compressor and everything mocked up and everything, and then go to town and get what we need. And while we're in town, grab the cherry picker. And I don't know, I might wash it before we pull it out, or we'll pull it out and I'll roll the cherry picker outside and we'll wash it outside. But that's where the day's starting right now. Okay guys, we got the cherry picker taken out and rolled under the truck, but we're getting this place cleaned up. Thank goodness. We got a lot of cardboard to burn, but getting it all cleaned up. We got our air set up all done. We did get a water separator, so we don't have to worry about that getting in our paint whenever the time comes, but it's also going to be handy to have. Let's see, got both of our fenders laying back here. Colton's been messing with them. This curve they actually kind of fixed. It was pretty bad. I don't know what happened there, but we didn't realize it till last night. But they got that pretty well fixed, and we might work on it a little bit more here down the road. Got our engine stand all assembled, sitting back here waiting for us to put the 12 valve on it. We still got, I mean, obviously a lot of cleaning to do, and I'm sure in my videos you guys can tell this shop is not very clean, and it's definitely a problem. But a lot of this stuff needs just trashed anyway, so we're working on that. We put the 47 up over here under in the converter and adapter plate, and we've got just a bunch of random crap that we need to throw away, but getting it all swept out and kind of just cleaning the shop before we pull out this engine and making some more room so we can have the engine on the stand and kind of do what we need to. That's the update so far. We haven't tore into anything else. All right guys, we got Guthrie in the shop now as well. Logan and Colton had to go ahead and go back to pit, but his hub, he put the forces on because he got some new tires for him and put those on there yesterday. And well, as Dad moves the lawnmower, wait for him to get out. And the hub decided it didn't want to be a part of the situation anymore, and it was flashing a ABS light and everything like that, so he decided to go ahead and replace the hub and the CV as well. So all new good stuff going in. As for the first gen, I'm probably going to start working on getting the rest of what I need out. Having the harness out was the big deal. Now really all I need to do is undo the fittings for the gearbox. So there's two there. Transmission cross member bolts and motor mounts, and I should have got a chain while I was in town. I don't know if I'll have a chain that'll work to pick it up out of here. I might have to go get one from the farm or from Sam's or something, or we might have one on the trailer. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're going with it. I'm gonna leave the trans attached and yank it all. I'm gonna have to undo some linkages probably, but that won't be too bad. So I'm just gonna slowly start taking stuff apart, I guess. so we've been working on getting stuff disconnected over here. Really, so the stuff that's going to the cab I disconnected. I disconnected the fuel lines, I disconnected the pump linkage, which is just three bolts up here. I don't know what that goes to. Well, it goes into there, so that's good. So pump linkage is off, all the vacuum stuff. So coming from the booster, this line that goes into the vacuum pump and the power steering pump and all the lines for the power steering, that's all disconnected. This stuff up here, this is the tranny lines, that is all disconnected. Over on this side, we had to disconnect, I don't know if this is the heater core stuff right here, but we disconnected that and all these things that are attached to it. That's why I disconnected it up here so I don't have to mess with all this stuff, so it can stay on the cab. But next really is going to be our transmission stuff. There's some linkages down there and stuff like that. So I've been having the time lapse going, but for this I'm probably not going to do any time lapse because getting under here and doing that, there's not enough room for the GoPro really. So I'm going to be undoing some harnesses and linkages and get that Alright, so I've been under the truck too, working on some transmission crossmember stuff and got the linkage undone and stuff like that. But I need to get the crossmember unbolted, which you guys can see it right there. And then those other bolts, which are over to the left of it right there. I'm gonna have to figure that out, but I think I'm just gonna undo the crossmember itself and drop it and then undo these other bolts or whatever I need. And I'm also gonna put the jack under this thing. I should have got some of those the stands to drive up on. So this thing gonna be up in the air more because this thing is way too low. Alright, and as GQ is leaving, as you guys saw in the time lapse, we got the 12 valve out. Not bad leaks wise. This was trans leak a little bit and then a little bit of coolant. And we'll put some floor dry on there. I sweeped it all up in the pile because I knew I'd need it. And go ahead and get that all taken care of and pick up all my tools and kind of clean up a little bit because that's going to be a big key. But let's take a look. Something, I've got faith in all of you guys. You guys, I mean, pretty knowledgeable about all this stuff. From the amount of you guys I've talked to, I've got complete faith in you that you could do this easy. This took me a little bit more time just because I was trying to figure out the trans cross member and I ended up just unbolting it completely because I didn't know exactly what I needed to do. So just took it all out, took the U-joint off, which I couldn't, this side wanted to strip. I'm going to get a one-piece drive shaft for it anyway. So that part I didn't really care so much about. We got the 12 valve out, and that's what matters. We set it here for the time being. I know this might not be super good, but these are solid. There's nothing, I mean, they're real solid, so I'm not worried about that. But basically, I set it on here because I'm gonna take off the transmission, and then once we get that off, then we'll put it on the stand. So I just wanted to, it's about 10 now, 10 at night. So we made some good progress for the day. We cleaned up the shop real good, which I'm gonna clean up my area because that's what I'm gonna start doing at the end of videos because some of you guys need to see that. I know this is by no means organized at all, and it needs a lot of work, but just cleaning up your stuff and taking care of your tools is a big thing. So once I get done, I'm gonna take my all-purpose cleaner on a microfiber and start wiping down all my tools real good and clean up my area real nice, so we can keep it looking nice. And the 12 valve, the big old greasy, oily, dirty 12 valve, this baby is gonna get washed really good tomorrow. Basically, whenever tomorrow, I'm gonna roll this thing out. I'm gonna have Keller help me. We're gonna roll it outside, and we're gonna power wash the crap out of this thing and get the truck all clean, and we'll bring the truck back in, and then I'll start rolling the engine stand out, which this could be interesting. I think you guys are gonna enjoy the video of this, because I don't know if you can tell, it doesn't look as big of a drop like on camera, but let me tell you, getting the engine back up here is gonna be awful. But I cannot wash this engine in here. It's gonna have to be out there, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to get it in and out. And if you guys, most of you guys know this, engine alone, fully dressed with no fluids, is 1,100 pounds according to Cummins spec. Now that could be a little off, I don't know, but according to Cummins spec, 1,100 pounds, no fluids, but fully dressed. So my goal is I'm gonna undress it and get all the accessories off the front and stuff like that to relieve some of the weight off of it so we can move it around a little bit easier. And I feel like that will benefit me greatly. So this is probably where I'm gonna end the video. Hit the thumbs up button if you're pumped to see some 12 valve action. I mean, this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Yank the motor, do something pretty cool, do a lot of nice fancy powder coat, clean stuff up, do the killer dowel pin, do a full engine harness, like the harness for everything, fully go through that, loom it, do the fusible link delete, the whole 9 yards. A bunch of these videos that you guys have been asking for, and I'm trying my best to get it done. So if you're pumped to see all this get done, because as you can see, we're serious about this, go ahead and hit the like button. I think it's awesome. Please share some of this stuff, because the videos are going to be getting better and better. And we will be getting to that killer dowel pin video very shortly. It's not a very hard video to film. I mean, it's not hard to film, but it's not something that's hard to do. You just got to be able to get to it. Obviously, with the engine out, it's going to be a piece of cake once we're over here on the stand. It's kind of a short little dude, but it'll do the job. I'm pretty pumped about it. I don't know how greasy my face is, but I'm gonna clue you guys in on a few things. I'm not doing the paint scheme like I said I was going to. It's not gonna be anything crazy, but I'm just not gonna do it the exact same as I said. It's just gonna be a tad different color. And the engine bay, I'm gonna be painting satin black. Kind of whenever you see some older cars that are all restored and stuff, kind of the engine bay is all matte black or satin black to kind of make it look clean. I'm gonna do that. So the inner fenders and the firewall and stuff like that are all gonna be matte black, and I think it'll look pretty good. And we're gonna paint this engine up really nice. We're gonna get the 727 out of here because we don't want it anymore. The 727 is finally, it's gonna be gone. We're gonna have overdrive, we're gonna have lockup. It's gonna be a party. So, man, this is awesome. I hope you guys like it. I'm gonna be throwing videos at you guys as much as I can. And even if it's just cleaning and stuff, I feel like that's important. I feel like that's something that you guys should see, because whenever you need to know that stuff like this is not just a weekend project. Granted, you could pull a 12 valve in probably an hour to 2 hours and have it out. I mean, you got a full weekend to work on it, but if you're gonna go to this length, this is not something that you can just do in a weekend. This is time consuming, something you wanna do right and really kind of spend some time on, and save up if you have to for the right parts. Go the extra mile to do it right. That's just kind of what I'm going with. I'm not gonna go crazy and buy the nicest everything I can. I'm gonna be practical. It's still on a budget, but I'm gonna buy the parts that I want and I think that are gonna fit the build best, even if I have to spend some money on that. So I hope you guys like it. I think this is going to be pretty sweet. Tomorrow I'm going to be taping up some stuff and zip tying stuff out of the way, and kind of, if I need to cover anything, I'm going to go get some fittings. Get this broke fitting out of here. Go get some fittings to plug these so I can not worry about water getting in there, because I don't want to have to buy a new gearbox, because this one does work pretty good, but we'll put a new steering shaft on there. But we're going to zip tie some stuff up and cover some stuff up that we don't want getting wet, and clean the heck out of this thing. We need it really clean. We're going to wire wheel everything just like I said. And I mean, just like I stated, going the extra mile to do things right. And I think you guys can appreciate that. I think you guys are kind of excited to see that, because I'm excited. And I mean, yeah, I feel like it's going to be fun. And I hope you guys tag along for the ride. I mean, this isn't just your average, I don't know, all my other videos are we've done some performance stuff, but we're gonna fully reseal the engine. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff that you guys might want to know about. And yeah, so I'm gonna stop rambling on. The video kind of speaks for itself. We did get some stuff done today. To sum it all up, shop's cleaner, the engine's out. We're gonna clean up all of our stuff. I got my Milwaukee battery. I'm pumped about that. I don't know if you guys saw it, but my Milwaukee 3, it's ratchet. I've had that forever, and I haven't bought the battery for some odd reason. Got the battery. We've got a bunch of different stuff to do. I was waiting on parts and tools to do some stuff, and now I've got everything I need to keep me occupied. There'll be some little things here and there that I'll need to order, but this is gonna be moving along. I'm pumped. We're gonna have to get a hold of Dakota Plowboy Diesel to get us some stuff. First off, a reseal kit. But yeah, so I don't know if you can tell I'm excited, but I guess that'll do it. I'll stop here until tomorrow. Whenever we get after this thing again, I'm going to try and be working on this thing every single night. So until tomorrow, we will see you guys later, and we will be right here on the Old School Crew for the teardown of the 89. We'll see you guys.